Christine and Kevin, it appears that retailers are going to miss out on a chunk of sales this season. How should they be treating excess inventory and reacting for future planning?
Gosh, this is something I'm hearing a lot right now from our clients. So with your background in inventory management for many years, I'd love to hear more what you have to say about this.
Yeah, this of course is the question because we are really basically missing peak selling season. So obviously it's about vendor management. And if you haven't done so already, you must reach out to your vendors and sort of stay in touch with them. Of course, lead with checking in on them. They're people too, and they are maybe sheltering in place and staying home, because this is really about relationships. And going into this, we certainly hope that you've been a good client and professional and paying your bills. And with all of that said, you really want to kind of extend that community to your vendors. But most of all, you want to be top of mind when we reopen the flow. So at some point, we don't know when we need to reopen the flow. We don't know how much we'll be able to open the flow, and there's a series of analysis that can be done. But bottom line is, you want to be connected to them, because also when you start canceling, which you should be doing, you want to make sure you're maintaining a good relationship.
Yeah, and I think that, I was reading something just today about how now that China's factories are starting to come back, now they're going from the fact that 2 months ago weren't fulfilling orders to now checking if they can fulfill orders. And for many people, the answer is going to be no. And then so there's this like downstream effect that absolutely, I think that makes a ton of sense to try and manage. I think there's also the effect of there's inventory sitting in stores right now that is relevant for a certain season, like in the Middle East. We're closing out on cold season right now and moving into probably a warmer season. So, we've been talking about ideas on what retailers can do with that merchandise. I know we had that piece earlier on selling on social and getting out there and selling, finding ways to sell even if the stores are closed. But what are some other ideas that people can do maybe with the inventory that is sitting in the stores or sitting in the warehouse? Because when the new season does start to come in, you're going to need room for it.
Well, listen, the best way to get rid of merchandise is to sell it. So I believe that active selling now and communicating is a great way to continue to try to drill down on that. But the number of sales versus the amount of inventory that they have will be a problem. And we're hearing about some great charitable ideas. Have you heard about any?
I have. It was a very interesting thing even this week. On the way into our offices in Phoenix, there was a woman there who was just pulling people over on the side of the road and giving away beautiful bouquets of flowers. She obviously was a flower business, and with the stores closed, those are all just going to die. So instead of letting that happen, she was just giving them away. I mean, these weren't like little flowers. These were beautiful bouquets of roses. And what a great way to kind of just give back to the community. And that's just an example of what she was doing, but I'm sure that could further the.
Well, yeah, I mean, bottom line is most retail is in the business of perishable goods. Some are very perishable within days, like a flower shop. But if you're looking at inventory, yes, you have a 10-week supply, 12-week perishable, TikTok kind of timeline happening. And we are approaching the end of that. And I do know a client who posted on their Instagram that when her store reopens, winter goods will be free to any frontline medical personnel for however long, she wants to run it and how long the goods are there. And that really moved me. I thought that was incredible.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's such a great show of community and goodwill. And, it is a great way to just get yourself known as well. And that's part of what we have to do. The reality is we are all in business. And this is going to be a very tough time, and there's going to be losses. But if there's a way that we can grab goodwill and grab clients or grab people that know about us as a result of it by doing something good, that is doing something good, and it's causing something good all at the same time. I love that idea. And quite frankly, we have clients that are in the donated goods business, Goodwills and whatnot. And we're going to try and reach out to some of them and see if maybe we can do another one of these series on the road on, maybe apparel companies that have product, like you said, that expires, But there's always value in a donation for the business. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of people out there right now that are in need of things, goods and whatnot, that are hurting much more than maybe some others.
Yeah, I mean, from a managerial accounting standpoint, you're not going to want those goods on your books by come the end of the year. That can be devastating from a profitability standpoint. And the best way to really kind of get into that is to use your reports and use your data.